So basically there are four things in fonts that we can change: family, style, weight and size. Coming to the family first, there are basically two kind of families: a generic family and a specific family. So a generic family is of only two kinds, not actually two, three: serif, non-serif and monospace. So uh, monospace letters are those in which every single letter acquires exact same space like the other letter, the ones used in the typewriters like the Korean New or etc etc. Serifs, I would like to okay, I will show you a figure which will explain you what are serifs. So serifs and sans serifs. So these kind of letters are called sans serif, like the Arial and other fonts, and this kind of letters are called serif, in which we have a you can say perpendicular line at the end, like this one, or you can see it more clearly in this picture. The red ones are the serifs. Sans serifs are considered to be more readable or more clear on computer screens because of their simplicity. That is why sans serifs are used a lot, like the Roboto font. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Let's okay, one thing I forgot to tell you about specific families. So what are specific families? Specific families are the ones like Times New Roman, Gothic, etc etc etc. These are all specific families. Families defined using the font family property in CSS. More than one more than one name should be specified in the font family property, just in case if the first property is not available in the end browser, the second font can be used, or the third or the fifth, and the rightmost one should be a generic family like serif or non serif or monospace. Let's change the font family for this paragraph. Let's set it to Arial and sans serif. Save this, open the web page, reload it. So you can see these are all sans serif characters. Wait, okay, I will increase the font size for this paragraph so that you can see it more clearly. Let's set it to 40 pixels. So you got an introduction of the font size property over here. So we can specify the size of font in pixels, in EMs, in REMs, or in width percent. I generally do that in pixels, but it is recommended that you use EM or REM because of responsiveness and other things. So all these are inside. Let's change it to any other font family like Times New Roman. So okay, one more thing: if the name of the family is more than one word, then it is compulsory to use, it is a must to use quotes, and we must enclose the family name in quotes. So let's define it to Times New Roman, then Times, then serif. So you can see over here, this one is a specific family, this one is a little more generalized, and these are the most generalized forms of family which will be available on any browser like IE8, IE6, whatever. Save this, reload the page. So you can see that the font family has changed, and it has been set to Times New Roman. If we set it to any other font, like which is not available, like this one, of course this font doesn't exist, so how it will be set to this? So the next mentioned font or the next mentioned family will be used in that case. So here that was Times. Let's remove this and also remove this, save this and refresh. So because this font was not available, sans serifs was used. As you can see, this is serif, sans serif, sorry. Next comes the font style. Okay, so there are basically three things that we can set in font style. That is normal, which will of course not do anything to this text. Then the another one is italic, save it, refresh, which will somewhat slightly bend the text towards the front from the top. The words will be converted to italic. And the third one is oblique. So sorry, set this to oblique, save this and reload. So as you can see, I think you can't see any difference in this. So oblique is somewhere between a normal text and the italic one. You will be able to see the difference if I create another paragraph. We will create three paragraphs, one with oblique, one with italic style, and one with normal. So select the normal one, leave the normal one, select the oblique one and set its style, font style, to oblique, and also select the italic one using its ID italic and set its font style to italic, save it, reload the page. So you can see this one is the italic one and this one is the oblique one and this one is the normal. I think you are able to distinguish between these two. This one is slightly more bent, the italic one, and the oblique one is not that much bent, but between the normal and the italic one. So that was all about font style. Next comes the font weight property. So let's first talk about what are the possible values for font weight property. We can set it to normal, which will of course not do anything to the text. Then comes bold, which will make the text somewhat bolder. And the third one is light, which will make the text lighter. One more way to increase or decrease the weight of text is define a number between 100 and 900, where 100 is the lightest weight and 900 is the boldest. So let's say we set it to 100, save it, refresh the page. So this is 100, set it to 400, save the page, refresh it, set it to 900, save the page, refresh it. It is way bolder. Let's decrease it to 600. Yeah, it's bolder still. Decrease it to 300. It's thinner. 500. I think you are able to observe the difference in all of them. I think so. If not, try it yourself and see what happens. This was all about all the four properties in fonts, and next we will have a look at the shorthand property for font. So let's remove all these. Right font. First we will have to define the font style, like I will set it to italic. Then comes the font weight, let's set it to bold. Then the font size, let's set it to some 60 px. And then at the last comes the family, like I'll set it to Arial and sans serif. Save it and let's open the web page. Okay, so as you can see, the properties has been set using the shorten property. So now comes the Google Fonts section. So to be able to use Google Fonts, first what you have to do, open up a web browser and enter the URL fonts.google.com. So first of all, what is Google Fonts? Google Fonts is a library where you can get around 1000 families, different families of fonts for free. So suppose I want to use, let's say, this font over here. Okay, so click on this page opens up. You just select which style you want to use. I want to use the light 300. I would select this style. A side pane will open up with this Roboto slab, the name of the font and the font weight written over here. Just go to the embed section and copy this link tag. Okay, then next what you have to do is go open a HTML file, open the HTML file where you want to use this font. In the head tag, paste this link tag. Now create a paragraph, fill some template text, just make a style tag, select the paragraph, either write the name of the font family in the font family property or just open this font Google Fonts page and copy this CSS statement from here and paste it in this. Save it and just open the web page where it is. Okay, here it is. So, yeah, so as you can see, this is in Roboto slab. Now let's suppose I want to select more than one style, like I want to select this light 300 as well as the bold 700. So just select both of them and then you will get this both of the weights selected over here. Click on the embed tag and just copy this one, or instead of copying, what you can do here is that just open the file, after this 300 enter a semicolon and then write 700. Here specify the font weight, sorry, typo over here, font weight to be 300. Make a heading tag, create a select this heading tag, enter this same line over here and just write the font weight to be 800. Save this file and refresh this HTML. Okay, so as you can see, both the paragraphs and the heading are in the Roboto slab font, and this is a bolder one and this is slight, not slight but a very light one. So this is how you apply Google Fonts to any of your custom or any of your web page. You have thousands of families over here, you can select any one of them and use it for your website.